Hello everyone, I wish to share with you today about some tips on how to prepare an engaging online lecture. So the example going to be presented in my video today is from my recent teaching of research methodology in computer science. So in my video, I'm going to cover how we can use typical slides and then mixing with activity using Mentimeter as early assessment, and then Google Slides for activity and can also be used as assessment for learning. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very important for us to prepare students to be ready for the future. So students, when we are teaching, we need to always emphasize on their competency building. They need to be able to mobilize what they know, the skills that they obtain. They need to have a good attitude and values based on what they learn, and then how to use that for lifelong benefits. Because of that, we can use design thinking approach. So this is the design thinking approach steps. So before we use and we instill this to the students, we can also use this technique to prepare and design our teaching. There are some steps on designing lecture. In my slide on your left, you can see an excerpt from the preceptor transformation chapter in the integrative delivery transformation, one of the projects that I have performed in University of Malaysia. So it's very important for us to emphasize and tailor back to what is the targeted learning outcome of the course and also for the topic. Then from there, we design how the learning will be assessed, the activities, how long it will take, how do we ensure that the students still have engagement despite online, and then whether we are going to encourage them to work individually or in group, and then what activity, the media to use, and also most importantly, to always consistently give them feedback so they know that they are on the right track. On the right side, you can see the course learning outcome, and the examples that I'm going to use today is from one topic outcome. This is the typical learning materials. I think many of you also prepare something similar. So for me, I really love colors, so I love bright colors, especially my class is at night. So I want to engage the participants, so I use different colors. And my participants are also adult learners because the course is a master course. So I use the combination of various layout of slides. The materials also can be in the form of slides. I use journal also, online post, blog, video, and podcast. So this information typically I put in the Pukra Blast, the formal learning management system in UPM. After we upload, imagine that we are now delivering our lecture. So from time to time, you want to assess whether the students get what we are telling them or not. So Mentimeter is one of the example of tools that can be used for early assessment, and also good to get response from learners, great for quickly gauge understanding of learners. Audience also, the learners also can know about each other based on what is being posted. And then from what is being posted by the learners, we as educators can use that to tune, such as to emphasize, elaborate, and maybe redo certain activities or revisit past teaching content. While this is as much as addressing the learner needs, also make sure that they are focused, highly engaging, and highly participative. On the left, you can see the examples of activities that I have done. I'm now going to take you to the Mentimeter and show you step by step how to set this up. Start this first. Now we are in Mentimeter. So just go to mentimeter.com and create an account. I'm going to show you from the start. So log in, and you may want to create new presentation. I'm going to show you the example that I have available. Mentimeter is available in free edition as well as upgraded edition. If you're using the free edition, you can use up to 3 slides. There are many types of activities that can be used, such as multiple choice, word cloud, and as you can see here, it's very easy to set up. And here I have used the word cloud example. So to do this, you can just click add slide and then go to type and click whatever type of question that you want. Here it says that I have reached the maximum number because I'm using the free version. Like that. So just click the content. Just now I click the word cloud, and then you can type out the instruction. If you want the person to write 3 entries, so write 3 or 5 or whatever. So this is good to get as an early assessment. Usually, what's in the thought. So this the output is to prepare word cloud. Then the second question, up to you, you can only use one if you like. I asked the students to describe about their research idea because the course is about preparing students to prepare their research proposal. I want to first gauge whether they already have idea. Then I asked them about their understanding of each scientific research method processes. So indirectly, by asking them this, we are also introducing them about the steps on the scientific research process. So you can see here, this is done at the beginning. Let me tell you, this is from the existing implemented mentimeter. I will show you after this how to start from scratch. So you can see here the right side, download result. You can also download result after we have finished executing the mentimeter. Let me show you step by step from scratch. So I hope it's clear to you now how you can use mentimeter. Well, this is to get participation from the audience. Let's say I want to do topic 2. Then create presentation, up to you what name you want to put. Right. So it doesn't take long. Let's say now we want to use cloud again, so I just press the cloud. You don't have to use no. So if they know, then they will write out. If they don't know, you can see that the size is small. Then you can add more slide and just choose whatever type that you want. Let's say this time I will use multiple choice, and let's say I want to use that Google best research for literature. Something that is suited to your needs. So maybe get this simply. You can also set the result layout, whatever that you want. You can also set if there is some correct answer and if not. You can also set whatever interaction that we want. Then in customize, usually I will hide the result so that when the students are doing or responding, they wouldn't be able to pick into the others. Okay, here I have this option 3. I don't want that option 3, so I can close that out, click it, and then we can go to themes to choose to have some themes as the background. So it will be boring. I'll choose this one. So that's ready. Next is for us to present. So when you click present, here remember we can hide the result. So just go to capital H and we can give the students instruction to go to menti.com and enter this code. So after the students are progressing, we can use this, go to the next slide and so on. Alright, there is one more important feature for me to show you, which is to set whether you want this to be executed at presenter pace or audience pace, up to you. Okay, so that is my first demo. Okay, I'm done with the PowerPoint slides now and also the mentimeter. Now I'm going to show you how we can use Google Slides this is actually similar to PowerPoint, but we can use this for collaborative activities. So it's very simple. Just use the share button in the Google Slides to allow the students to edit or just view access. This activity allows the students to interact and have fun during learning. So on the right side, you can see all the techniques. Let me show you now how to set up. To do this, open a new file. So you need to log in into your Google Slides. Then just give a name of the presentation. Let's say activity 1. Then you can give instruction here, such as prepare something suitable in your course. This is just an illustrative example. So typically, this is how I do it, and then I just leave it as is and make sure that you give the name. Then you click the share button. By default, it's only private to you. Then you can change the access restriction. Usually I just set anyone with the link can edit. Then when you save this, you can copy the link, done, and then you go back to your virtual classroom, your webinar tool used, and put it in the chat and paste that link. You ask them, your students to enter new slides, maybe one slide per group or one slide per person, and let them answer. So while they are answering, you can see them responding and even playing. Let me show you. This is from the previous class on which when I taught the research method. I just give this simple instruction, but I describe to them verbally, asking them to prepare one slide each and putting them. So this activity took about 10 minutes. This is done at the end of my slide before I end the lesson, for me to know whether the students have understood or not before I ask them to do other tasks. Okay, look at this. This is from the time that I taught artificial intelligence. Here you can see little pictures of animals. This once you give the link to your students in the webinar and they log in and they access the Google Slide. If they are not logged in, then this icons will be created. So you see here, the students can respond. They can express. They are actually even also talking, and they are disturbing. See, jangan duk kacau. Don't disturb me. Then if you look down there, while they are playing, they are also actually learning, and they compete to give the good answer. On the left side in the slides, you can see the pictures, and here the icons of the animals. So this means when this student is doing, another of his friends is actually peeking over him. So this is illustrating just like in the class. Look, when all the students are giving answers to the task assigned to them, they can also play and even work together. You can see the icons, 2 icons in slide number 3 and slide number 5. So this means one student is going to pick over the work of the other students. That is why the student is to have to write sepunya, jangan kacau. So this is the natural being in the course, usually in the class. When we assign the students to do something, then other students will come and maybe disturb and think and ask for ideas. But despite that the students seem of trying to copy from one another, they are actually able to give authentic answers. Let me speed up this video to show you this student able to give his own style of answer expression compared to the other students. So the most important is using these Google Slides, the students are able to learn naturally, and then we engage, they're also talking, and then we as the instructor can observe on what they're doing, and we can see which part they have hardship in answering. So it is very important tool, a very useful tool for us to replicate the class, the physical class as much as we can. Back to my slide for you. So if you want to do more using Google Slides, you can install PairDeck. So this is an additional suite of activity engagement using Google Slides. The slides can be used also for rounds. Rounds means one student do or perform the task, and then we ask them to present one by one. Jigsaw can be used to assign students doing different parts of the assessment, and then they combine and we discuss at the course note. So as a summary, it's very important to prepare a meaningful learning experience, and actually it builds from a well-designed lecture. So educators should always be student-centered, engage your learners, encourage them to participate by using suitable tools. Most importantly is for us to create online trust. So break the ice and let the students be comfortable to learn and express themselves. Always be alert to the learners' needs. Ask them what they need. Is it okay to get access? Do they have problems or not? And even the Zoom and the Google Meet functions, the two most commonly used webinar, have many functions available for us to leverage for collaborative and engaging participation, such as the breakout room function, polling function in Zoom, and both applications have the annotation and also chat function and screen sharing function. In Google Meet, we can use Jamboard. Jamboard is similar to the Google Slides. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope the session has been